And continuing through the card here, we got Mickey Gall taking on Bassil Hafez in this fight. And interesting fight. I mean, Mickey Gall, he's making his comeback. He hasn't fought for over 2 years, but looks like he's still been training, staying involved with the sport during the layoff. He just hasn't been competing. And definitely probably needed some time off to reset. He lost 3 out of 4. He got knocked out in his most recent loss. And at 32 years old, there's still probably a lot of time for him to get wins and have some fun memories, but needs to get back on track here now. And Mickey, big guy for the weight, tries to use his length to his advantage. He has a decent jab. He has a good power right hand, but I mean, he's just not the most fluid striker. He will slip the jab, come over the top with the right hand. He has decent pressure. On the inside, you'll throw some uppercuts, elbows, but usually only maintains his power for about a round, and then he gets tired. And defensively, he floats his chin. He doesn't move his head. I don't feel like it seems like he likes being hit that much either. So overall, I just think he needs to improve his striking. Maybe he has during this layoff, but he has pretty high-level grappling. He just doesn't have great wrestling to get it to the ground, and then he tends to get tired, and he'll try to go for low percentage submissions, fall to his back, accept bottom position, and that's why he's gotten finished by guys like Diego Sanchez or gotten held down by Mike Perry and things like that. But Bassil Hafez's opponent, this is going to be his second UFC fight, and he's going to be looking for his first win. He did impress in his UFC debut. He lost, but fought Jack Della Maddalena, who's a top 5 fighter in the world, went to split decision. It was a short notice fight as well, so he showed off his high-level wrestling and his grappling and proved he can compete, so now he has the opportunity to beat Mickey Gall and kind of prove that he's a UFC-level fighter. Mickey Gall has 6 UFC wins, so he definitely isn't a pushover, and a lot of the time, these fighters like Hafez who get hype off a close loss in their debuts to an established fighter tend to struggle or lose as big favorites in their second UFC fight, so Hafez can't fall into that trap. He just has to be smart. He already has a win over Mickey Gall in a grappling match about a decade ago, so he just can't get overconfident here and think this is going to be a walk in the park. But he's a grinder, Hafez. He's explosive, good double leg, obviously good jiu-jitsu, good top control. His cardio is pretty good, in other fights. I've seen him push the pace with his wrestling. But he can get sloppy sometimes and get fatigued. He fights through fatigue pretty well, but we saw in certain fights he has gotten tired. But he's a stiff striker, but he could switch stance. He's tough. He'll eat a shot to give a shot. He has power hooks, crosses. And I think he's going to want to try to push the pace versus Gall. He gassed versus Jack Della, but he's going to be in better shape this time with more time to prepare. And I feel like Hafez should win with his pressure combinations in wrestling, and I think he's going to have the cardio advantage, the wrestling advantage. The stand-up, it's going to be pretty 50-50, but I think Hafez is going to be pressuring. And if he doesn't get rocked, which he's probably more durable than Gall, he's going to be able to compete on the feet. Gall has a chance in round 1 to land big or catch a submission, but I think Gall's kind of first round or bust. But so Hafez could potentially win via finish. He can win in rounds 2 or 3, or he could take a decision. So I'm going to predict a decision win here for Hafez, and I think he's going to get his first UFC win.